We continue with more of our tribute to Patrice Oneal.
Hey, what's up? It's Troy from Opie and Anthony, and I'm going to talk a little bit about Patrice. You know, these past couple days have been really hard for everybody, and I just was very fortunate to have met and known Patrice a little bit. And working for the show, you get these moments of time where you get to work with him on something, or you have to deal with him in something, and I always knew that they were special when they were happening, because he was somebody that I've never met before in my entire life. So I kind of treasured those moments while he was alive, and now that he's gone, I treasure them so much more. And Patrice is actually responsible for me doing my first major production piece that I turned into the Opie and Anthony show, called Side Pussy. And he just went on this rant about Tiger Woods and having girls on the side, and it was just something that was just broken down in just dude language. And every guy thinks that way. Every guy, you know, maybe most guys would like a girl on the side of their wife or their girlfriend, and they don't even have to be the hottest one. They don't have to be as hot as your wife or your girlfriend. They can be a couple steps down. And he broke it down like I have never heard anybody do. And it was such a long piece of audio that I just thought to myself, I need to make a song out of this. And, the world needs to hear it because it's that fucking funny. And, I hope I did it justice. I know that, the material there, you could play without music and it would be amazing. But, I tried to put it to some sort of music for, I don't know, my ode to the great Patrice Oneal. And so Patrice, thank you for everything. Thank you for being amazing. Thank you for changing my life personally. And you're going to be missed unbelievably.
Remembering Patrice Oneal, his greatest moments on ONA.
Kevin.
What's going on, guys?
Kevin Hart, man. This is a nice surprise. How are you, brother?
I'm good.
You hanging in there?
Yeah, man. You know, times could be a little better.
Yeah, no shit, huh?
Due to the circumstances, but I can't complain.
Yeah, this one just we've been saying it all week. This one just fucking hurts. If people don't know, Kevin Hart knew Patrice Oneal real well.
Yeah.
This was you know what? I can't even. I don't like to be down dude, but this one hit me a little hard. You know, it definitely. You know, we can't say that it was a shocker because we knew he was in the hospital. We knew that things definitely weren't great. But, you know, reality doesn't hit you until you're really, really smacked in the face with it. You know, in our mind, it's like, well, he's in the hospital, but he'll be all right. Big dummy will be good. You know,
right.
It's not that serious, or, you know, it's a matter of time before he's out and back to himself. And, you know, after a while, you just didn't hear nothing. You didn't hear any news. You didn't hear any good news or bad news. So the way that I'm thinking is no news is good news. And then literally Monday, you know, you smacked with the whole wild Patrice. He passed away. And dude, I honestly, I just sat down and canceled my day. I didn't do anything. I talked to Keith for a while, and in reality hit me a little later. You know, as a man, you don't like crying. As a man, you don't like it. But it's weird when it actually comes out because you realize the ones that you're closest to, dude. And I lost a good one. I really, really lost a close friend. So
yeah,
it was a low blow.
Yeah, you can't. I still haven't been able to wrap my mind around this at all. I've just been walking through the last month just numb. It kind of sucked that we couldn't give anyone updates because we sort of knew right from the beginning that this stroke was a motherfucker, and people were all trying to stay positive. We all just knew what the outcome was going to be, unfortunately.
You never know. You always hear those stories where it's like, wow, you know, it was supposedly really bad, but then, you know, something happened. People, you know, will bring up the word miracle.
Right.
And you always hope for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
But in this case, that never happened, and yeah, it's such a fucking bummer because he was just and Colin said one of a kind, you know. There's no one even close to being like him, you know. No. He's irreplaceable in that way. Yeah.
That's funny you say that because that's when I say when reality hits,
Yeah.
You know, you realize exactly what a person was worth, what their self-worth was, and what they meant to the business. And, you know, when it comes to stand-up comedy, man, the one thing that comedians attempt to do is pride themselves on originality. You know, everybody attempts to be different. They attempt to be clever. They attempt to be witty, you know, or smart or groundbreaking. And people really don't understand how groundbreaking Patrice was, you know, from dealing with the business, from not wanting to be the guy that was Hollywood, from refusing to let agents and managers dictate his career, to not being afraid to tell people to shut their mouth, like if they were out of line. Like, the man definitely was he was on a different plateau, man. And, you know, I think now people are honestly going to understand what that man's worth was to comedy, you know, after going back and looking at his body of work. So it's sad that we got to miss him this way for people to realize it. But, you know, I think now people will honestly understand the type of talent that Patrice Oneal was.
I said it earlier. He's going to be massively huge in death, unfortunately, when they should have realized when he was alive. And he was about to hit on his own terms. He was right there, finally, on his own terms. He was going to make it the way he wanted to. And that hurts, too, you know, because we all know that he definitely wanted that.
Very true, dude. Very true.
Yeah.
Very true. Now you guys are going to witness me try not to cry. And if I do cry and you repeat it, I swear to God, I'm going to punch both of you.
I mean, I've seen a lot of tough guys cry in the last week.
It's been so tough because he's just so fucking original and different. You take it for granted when he was in here doing the show. You took for granted everything from his big dumb booming laugh to, you know, his take on relationships and shit like that. And then when you realize that you're never going to get that anymore, it becomes really, really sad, you know.
And he was never not funny.
Yep.
Never. I mean, whether the mics were on, the mics were off, or we were just hanging out in the street, or just taking an elevator ride, he made interesting. Everything. Yeah. He was always on.
You guys are beyond true.
Yeah.
Beyond it, man. Beyond it, dude. Well, you know, like I said, I don't like to be the Debbie Downer. You know, I believe that when things like this happen, you have to find a positive at some place.
Right.
Here. So, you know, my positive is simply, I'm honestly happy and blessed to say that I was a friend of this man.
Yeah.
You know, with this loss, I'm trying to deal with it as best as I can, but, you know, let's take the time to celebrate that man's life and what he's done.
Oh, yeah.
And if you are a Patrice Oneal fan out there, and if you were affected by it at all, just go back and understand, if he really was here, Patrice is the type of dude that'll tell you to shut up and stop crying about it. Get over it. You know what I mean? I knowing that well, to where I know that will come out, man. So, you know, I can't do nothing but express my love, my condolences to his family and friends.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm gonna do what I'm supposed to and be there as a friend and support those other, you know, the other guys that are there. And as comedians, you know, it's funny because things like this is what bring us all closer together. So, you know, we're going to pull together and do what we can for his family, you know, outside of the funeral, just to make sure that they're okay. Because, like I said, we lost a close one. So for us, it's making sure that he's okay all around right now.
Right on.
Yeah, that's for sure, man. Kevin, thanks so much, man.
No problem, guys. I'll see you later. I'll come in, and it'll be on a different time.
Yeah, absolutely.
We look forward to that, Kevin.
No problem, guys. Y'all be safe.
Thank you, man. Kevin Hart, everyone.
Remembering Patrice Oneal, his greatest moments on ONA.
Here's the fun. Let me tell you, Patrice came out to L.A., right? Now, L.A. comics are nothing like us here in New York.
We learned that a long time ago.
Listen, I live out there, you know, but I'm not on the circuit out there. I can't, you know, I thank God that I'm able to tour and go out, because I can't deal like those guys. It's the most sensitive group of.
They don't interact like this. They don't fuck with each other.
What's the core group out there? Because we know the core group in New York. You don't even know.
You really isn't one. You don't even. Wow. I don't think it exists. There's no such thing. There is no such place as a coffee shop. There's no. There's no hangout. There's no
and fucking with each other.
Like everybody's going on stage, but in their mind, it's every time they step on stage is to make it. Like this is the time some producer's going to see me and I'm gonna have my show.
So obviously completely different. Yeah,
completely different. So Patrice comes out, right? First of all, let me tell you what Patrice does. Patrice stays in my apartment, right? I'm in a 2-bedroom apartment. At the time, I'm married. So I'm like, Patrice, you can stay with us. It's no big deal. I put Patrice in the guest room, right? So one day, I come home. I'm going to give you guys the full-fledged. I don't give a shit. Patrice, fuck him. He can give me shit later. So I come home, right? It's quiet. I don't hear anything in the room. So I'm like, Patrice, you here? Because, the rental car was in the garage. I don't know. I guess not. I go in the back. The computer's on. Patrice is in front of the computer. I swear to God, I cannot make this up. There's some baby oil on the desk. Right? Patrice is big, so I can't see in front of the computer. He's got the headphones on attached to the computer, right? So there's porn. So Patrice is fucking like his I guess he's got his dick out the boxer hole. He didn't want to go with the full. He didn't want to go with the full pull down move. Yeah. So I see the arm working, right? So
holy shit.
My wife, she's about to come in. I'm like, no, wait. I'm like, Patrice, you can't hear me because he's got the fucking headphones on. So I smack the headphones off his head. I say, stupid, what, you beating your dick in the fucking office? He's like, is your wife here? So I'm like, hey man, just cut the shit off, Patrice. So listen, the most humiliating move I've ever seen Patrice doing. He wanted to finish. He's like, just get out. Just get out. I said, you're not even gonna fucking stop, man. His back was so big, so I couldn't see anything, right? So he's like, just get out, man. I'll be done in a second. Literally, this is his words. I'll be done in a second.
Come in your fucking office.
So I leave. Listen, this is what makes Patrice. Patrice comes out in the living room afterwards. He said, look, guys, there's nothing to say to really make that situation better. It is what it is. It happened. So let's just forget about it, man. Let's move on. So that night, me and Patrice go out, right? So we're out. We're going to the comedy club. So I'm with Patrice. Patrice is looking. He's just looking like, how Patrice does that.
His nose and his bottom lip meet.
He's frowning his face up at these comics. Like, literally, he's just looking at them.
Fuck, man.
He's pointing the guys like he doesn't even know the guys. He's like, God. Like he's doing a thing like, for the listeners, I know you can't see me, but he's like pointing his finger. He's giving them the look. He's like, why are you...
You got him down.
So I'm looking and I'm like, Patrice, I say, these guys, they're not, they don't know our world. They don't fuck around, the same way we do. He's like, I don't care. He literally starts attacking. It's like a man with a rifle just picking people off. He's like, look at, what are you, oh God, look at his appearance. This guy, that's what your act. He said, what you just talked about on stage made me go, He's just destroying Jim. He's laying there and these guys get mad. Who the fuck are you, man? Who do you think you are? Coming right. He's like, your voice. He's like, no matter what they said, his response is like, I'm the only one. I am on the floor. I'm cramping. I'm laughing so fucking hard. He's like, what is your notepad for? What are you writing down? What do you take? Did you take notes of what you just did? Let me see it. Let me see your book. The guy gives me the book. Patrice throws it. Throws his book. It's like this guy's hard work. Like he's been sitting there jotting down bits all day. Patrice chucked it. Hit a bottle of water somewhere across the room. Patrice,
he's ruthless and hysterical when he fucking jumps on someone.
Nobody matches Patrice's funny anger. Nobody. Nobody at all. I don't give a shit. I don't care.
No, he will rip you to pieces and it will be hysterical.
And with that, Patrice Oneal, everyone. Patrice!
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, good morning.
We got Kevin Hart in studio. And he's telling some...
What's going on? I told him about when I caught you beating off in my fucking apartment.
You told him what? When you did what?
When I caught you jerking off in my apartment.
Oh, that was a long time ago. I ain't know.
Yeah. It's still a funny fucking story.
That's when me and Kev, that's before Kev stopped talking to me. 5 years ago.
I wonder why he wouldn't want to talk to you.
We haven't talked in about 5 years, and then I think that was the last time we talked about jerk talk. No, we talked after that.
We talked after that. I've seen you after that.
This is when Kev. These are stories before Kev stopped running the other way. He see me coming. His career was taking off. Now I don't mind that. I don't mind that because his career is important. But when I see you and I come walking towards you, and he sees white people near him, he runs. He doesn't anymore in front of white people. And I hear you guys cackling up a storm. Of course, 5 years ago, this is how I know Kev is famous. Because Jim Norton is giving him the famous laugh. And Kev 5 years ago was just a little nigger. And he was a nigger. And now this nigga, I hear a story how famous Kev is. This is how famous Kev is, and I didn't know that. Because I don't have his number anymore. And now tell me if this is true, because this has me almost shaking in my ego boots. This fucker, there's a tour I hear coming up. Is this public knowledge yet, Kev?
Go ahead, yeah, go ahead.
Holy fuck balls! This is how big you talking. This is how famous this person is you're talking to now. The thing is called, Bernie Mac passed away, so the Kings of Comedy can't really do the full tour anymore.
Right.
So I hear it's going to be a new Kings of Comedy tour, but there's no Bernie Mac. So here's the thing. There is no, fourth person to take Bernie Mac's place. It is called Three Kings and a Heart tour. And Kev is the closer. I didn't realize this shit.
Well,
when the fuck did I win? Here's what I want to know. What put you over the top, Kev? Because we sit here and we cry, wondering what the fuck put you to that level. Was it Soul Plane?
You know the sad part, Trees?
Was it the fucking So Seriously Funny?
I think it. I'm gonna tell you what.
Become a household name.
I'm gonna tell you what it was. I think it was probably Seriously Funny, but I'm gonna tell you some real shit though. Here's the thing with the Three Kings and a Heart tour, and this is gonna fuck you up. You know, I talk about it. I don't give a shit. They said it. They wanted to do. We were just supposed to do the one show All-Star Weekend, right? That's what we were supposed to do. And that they were talking about taking it out. So Steve Harvey was like, I don't want to really do it because Bernie's not here. It's hard for me to go on stage like that without Bernie. He said, so he didn't really feel comfortable. DL said and wanted to do it. And I was like, well, I only wanted to do it for the All-Star Weekend because it was that big. So when they started talking about the other dates, before Steve even said it, I was like, I don't want to do the whole tour because I don't want to be a part of that particular brand. Like I said, that brand has already been done.
Shut the fuck up, nigga. Let me tell you. This horse shit, he didn't want to do it. Because this motherfucker is the ticket seller.
Pretty much.
Yes. So why join a less successful tour than himself?
That was a.
I'm sorry. These are things I have to find out because after this horseshit phone call, we'll never talk again.
Trees. First of all, Trees. In my defense, Patrice, my fucking number hasn't changed, Patrice. My fucking number hasn't changed. Okay. Now, if you want to be honest, you disappeared, Patrice. You did.
This motherfucker. He said his number didn't change. If I go find his old number, it will not only go fucking Patrice, don't fucking call me.
That'll be on the message.
Why don't we do the challenge? Patrice can call right now, and Kevin can put his phone right next to the mic.
Call right now, Patrice.
Let's do the challenge right now.
I have to find Kevin's number because this is how close me and Lil Kev used to be. Sorry, Mr. Hart. K-H.
Hey, it's K Hart, man. That's what they called me on the streets.
And by the way, as much as I try to hate on Kev, that fucking Seriously Funny had me in tears. Kevin's just a funny guy. Man.
Thank you, man.
That shit was fucking funny.
Patrice, hold on 1 second. I'm dialing Kevin's old number right now.
And the phone's not ringing in front of us?
No.
Wait, how old is it?
Wait, no. In my defense, Jim definitely doesn't have the number. Okay.
Let's see. Which one of these is it?
Hey, Jim, don't fucking call
Listen, let me tell you. Listen, let me show you how old the number is, Patrice.
Hold on, Patrice.
It's not real.
Patrice, Jim has an 888 number in his phone for me. That used to be my beeper when I first came to New York. He's got 888-664. He's got my beeper number.
That's how long.
That's good news that Norton was never really your friend. That makes me happy.
I had the old cells.
Look, the time I jerked off at his house, man, those were the good old days. He did catch me, and I have to admit I was beating off his house because Kev at the time was the first one to have a Mac, and the porn just streamed. I was lonely, the porn was streaming, and I got caught. But, this is a fun conversation because I ain't talked to the nigga in a long time. But
Patrice caught me fucking in my garage. Me and my wife was fucking in the car because Patrice was upstairs. So Patrice came downstairs. He said, he called me, he waited 45 minutes to call me. He said, little dummy, were y'all just fucking in the car? I said, yeah.
Well, that's no big deal because Kev had a bed in his house that he needed a ladder to climb up to. He needed a step stool to get in it, and him and his wife used to fuck all the time. And that's not the story. That's all they do is because the nigga's virile. And the other legendary thing about Little Kev is he has the dick the size of a baby arm.
It's really depressing.
Oh, you've seen?
No, but I've heard. It depresses me.
And I don't even need to say the no homo thing. It's just like, if girls are like, hey, hi, how are you? And the motherfucker might be like, hey, and it's like, hey, and he just goes, look, I got a big dick.
If I'm fucking a girl, I'll actually go, you should meet my friend Kevin.
We could be hanging out with prostitutes, and Kev could pull his dick out and ruin everything, even for the prostitutes, because now they're like, well, if everybody's dick ain't that, it was a collective. But it's a dick to have if you're gonna be famous, nigga. Hey, you're talking to your special guest. I know I've been downgraded to I'll see you Friday, nigga.
Hey, Patrice.
I love Patrice, man.
Everybody having a fucking great time. I could come down. I'm not doing nothing. I'm retired.
Patrice.
Yeah, we should have had Patrice in today.
You should have brought him fucking in.
I don't know why we didn't.
Patrice. Hey, for real, don't be an asshole right now. I'm dead serious. Jim's got your shit, right?
My number?
Yeah.
Don't call me nigga.
No, I'm calling. Let's go eat today, for real. I ain't seen you, man.
I'm not going to eat with you, no.
See, this is what he says. Listen.
He's difficult.
No, he's
we all know
difficult.
that Patrice is very difficult.
You know how hard it is for him to turn down a meal?
We're all on the same page. Patrice is difficult.
Don't fucking be my friend on the radio, you cocksucker.
I want
to Twitter a story of me jerking off to you motherfucker. 3 days. Don't call me today. Make it 3 days so I know it ain't bullshit.
3 days. You know what?
3 days from right now.
I'm not playing with
You
you.
got to call him Friday, Kevin Hart.
I'm calling you on Friday.
All right. Hey, Patrice.
Why are you in town? What show that had to have 7 more shows added?
No, dude, honestly, I'm in town. I gotta do 106 in Park and all that stuff while I'm here, so I just loaded some. Yeah,
What is 106 in Park?
It's a show on
TV
BT.
show.
He was Kev was
BT
a
action.
goddamn pickpocket. He was a pickpocket yesterday.
Oh, shit.
Oh, there's a story there. There's a story there after Patrice hangs up.
Yeah. A pickpocket.
You know what? I can't play like that.
No, he's saying like when did it happen? That's what he's saying.
Yeah, Kev wasn't a fucking pickpocket.
Actually, right.
I have to say that. I'm joking around. But little Kev, I swear to God, this is so shocking to me because I'm telling you, we were, we all were close, but life makes things go separately. So, but the nigga, I wake up and I'm like, this nigga is that fucking famous. And I'm proud. I'm proud. And jealous at the same time. It'd be nice to hear you got stabbed or something.
Oh, yeah. See, that's what you were talking about.
That's how this shit is. Remember we just talked about that? I said that's what makes them. That's what makes them amazing. Like, be honest. And Patrice, you got to understand. You see, since he's been on the air, everything we said is true. And he goes, "This is the relationship we have." I haven't talked to Patrice in a while, but when I talk to him, it's that fast you pick back up. Do I miss the big son of a bitch? I'm not gonna lie to you. I fucking do. Why have I went different? I got fucking kids now. All right, I got kids. They know I'm out in fucking LA.
But Patrice is as.
I don't trust you around my babies, Patrice. I don't trust you around
Patrice,
my babies.
are you as disgusted as I am right now with I missed the big lug? He's like, I missed the big lug.
I'm glad Jimmy pointed that out.
He is masterfully Hollywood. I can't stay mad at him because he's funny and he's masterful at Hollywood. I wish I could take a page out of him, but the thing is, and the other thing I'm hoping happens is that he gets old and he starts getting cute, and he starts to look like Gary Coleman.
I go through a horrible,
cute guy who can't jump on the floor and spit on his head no more. Can't fucking wait to the downfall of this little prick.
Hey, Patrice, listen, before you hang up, listen to what I was talking about that had me in tears. Dude, do you remember when we were in L.A. and we went out and we was at the comedy clubs? You were so disgusted with the circuit and the people, and you just started bashing the comics, but you were doing it.
I have no bridges left in L.A. because, but see, I retired. People don't know. I retired, but I'm going to have to come back out.
You're retired.
But I think I'm going to just say fuck it and try to burn my last bridge because I've been trying to really do the right thing, but they just don't let you. I'm going to fucking start. I look for this guy. I can't name his name. I forgot this fucker's name, but it's one of these new unfunny funny guys. Like these guys that, I'm going to say this, but it's not supposed to be funny, but it could be. But if you don't laugh, it's no pressure.
I love it.
Like, I'm done with these fucking people, and I'm going to stop this shit before I go because I'm starting to get headaches too much, and I know I'm out the way. I'm going to burn my last fucking bridge, and it's going to be spectacular. I swear to fucking God.
That's awesome.
Hey,
but at least, I'm telling you, at fucking least, I got to talk to this nigga again. Because I'm telling you, I'm very surprised. Because usually when white people are around, Kev, don't talk to me, man. I'm telling you, he'll run away from me. This is how little he thinks of you guys.
He realizes
trying to turn us again.
Nobody in this room can help him. He knows that. We have nothing to offer.
He's not stupid.
Hey, who started that? Patrice, who started that Bill Burr beating? Who started that Bill Burr bus beating?
Oh, you know what it was? I'll tell you what it is. Jim Norton is really, you got to be careful because another thing, Kev is like this too, and I think it's that Napoleon complex thing. And it's a really, Kev, this jerk off story started one day. We used to go downstairs back in the day at the Cellar when guys would be performing. Okay,
oh right.
And we would sit there and all sit in the front row and stare at.
Oh, get the fuck out!
Oh yeah, we did it with Kevin a few times. Yeah,
oh, that's brutal.
Jesus,
so we would go, and this was the test. I mean, we were brutal. We used to have a hat court. We would put up somebody's act on court.
They did it to me.
That bit you do sucks.
Hack court, I love it. Hack court.
Really.
You put a bit on trial.
Dude, they would do it all the time.
Fantastic.
I had a joke.
So we went downstairs and sat in front of him, and he was flustered. We was getting him, and he just caught me jerking off in his house. This how you know he fucking started imitating me jerking off at his house.
Damn sure did. I pushed the button. I didn't have nothing else left.
He started cutting out of that like. It was nasty how it hurt me. And he had to do what he had to do because he fucking had to get out that situation by any means necessary. Now here's this fucker Jim. Bill was talking about something, and Jim said something, and Bill said something to Jim, and Jim didn't like what Bill said to him. Like he said it was going to be embarrassing, and Jim was going to get a fucking beating for what happened, and I forgot what it was. But Jim goes in front of me, Kev, Keith, and I think it was another guy.
Bob Kelly.
Bobby was there for the bus beating.
It was Kelly, but it was me and Lil Kev that was giving the beating with the but Norton goes, at least I'm not performing on a bus.
That's right.
I did not remember that.
No, that's right. Patrice, you're 100% right, because Bill was going at it with you, Jim, and he hit you with something. He hit you good, and we were about to attack you. You're right, Patrice. We were about to jump on your ass.
Jimmy had an atomic bomb.
And Jim had it in his back pocket.
I did not remember that.
Threw a neutron bomb. Everybody said,
What? I remember that. We said, what?
on a bus for tickets. It was
Great deflection.
To this day, there was 4 beatings of all time, and I'm telling you, Norton was a part of two of my biggest laughs I've had in my life. But this
bus beating is legendary.
Of Kev, because what happened is you feed Kev the important lines, and he would just make it he would take it to the next level. And what the whole thing was for an hour was, well, what happens if you start bombing? And then where do you come from and where do you go when you finish?
We said, where did they? We said,
you just
where
sit
down from? We said, where did they bring you up from? We said Bill was behind the bus driver, Bill Burr. And he just takes a step out. Hey. He was just sitting in the front seat. Like, there's no way for them not to know that he was the comic. Like, we was like, how do you sneak on stage, Bill? What's he saying?
Oh my God. And they said if he started bombing, what he would do is go, after one joke bombs, he just look out the window and go, if you look to your left.
Oh, shit.
It was an all-timer, but, oh, man, good reminiscent days.
And then was it over like the public address system?
Oh, dude.
Like, hey, how about I went to the container store with my girlfriend.
Let me tell you, when
that fucking Norton, you don't remember, Norton just said, at least I'm not doing.
Jimmy knew
Jimmy
his life was being threatened.
I swear to God, Patrice is not lying. He's not lying. Jim, you did.
On a bus for World Series tickets.
I didn't remember that. I certainly believe it.
Oof.
Yeah, no, wait a minute. But Bill looked at you.
Like, how could you do that? Like, how could you do that?
Why?
Out of all things to do. I remember when they talking about the court, like when he was talking about, we put your jokes on display. They came downstairs. Just some true shit. They did this to me a couple times. Like, I was like, if we were a fraternity, I was the guy that was just trying to get in. And they would do like the most brutalist shit to me, right?
You were a pledge.
So, I'm at the cellar. And at the time I've been doing the spots for a while. My spots were never great spots. I'm, 1:30 in the morning. I'm dead ass, but we're all there. We're giving each other shit. They come sit in the front row. I remember Patrice and Keith on my mom. This shit, when I say like it I was so mad, but you can't show that side.
No.
Every joke I said, they would go, listen, like right on the punchline, right on the punchline. But the audience didn't know. Like, it's only a good 20 people in there, so the audience had no idea who they were. Every fucking joke I did, like Keith, I remember hearing Keith's voice was sitting like, no, come on, like
that is so brutal.
Listen, it was so, but I can't stop. Like the cameras are on,
no.
so I can't look like I'm not taking this shit serious. So I'm like trying to trudge through. And then you ever see the guy? I remember it was a midget joke. I had a joke about a cross-eyed midget. Like,
oh my God!
Remember I said he was robbing me
while I was. Can I just say one thing? Without I hope one day that I have a day in this goddamn business. But I will say, to not sound like Uncle Patrice, this is the one thing I want you to take to your Hollywood friends, Kev, is that they owe us, me, Kev, me, Keith, Norton, they owe us Kevin Hart, meaning they would have never heard the name Kevin Hart if we didn't make him change it from Kev the Little Bastard.
Kev the Bastard. Lil Kev the Bastard. My name is Lil Kev the Bastard. Tell you.
So really? I want all white people to sing.
Dude, I wish there was a part of me. I wish I could deny half of this shit. I wish I could be like, fuck you, Patrice. You son of a bitch. You don't know shit. I wish I could. Listen, my name was Little Kev the Bastard. I was the only person in the New York circuit that was coming up with music. Listen, like, you know, like at the Cellar, they announce you, the crowd just claps. Listen, keep in mind, these crowds are intimate for your listeners. These are audiences of 25, 50, you know, maybe 70 on the weekends.
Right, sure.
You know, it's just applause. I was the only person that came up to It's Your Birthday by Luke. Like the speakers
they can't handle music.
The speakers were never prepared for music at all.
They're rattling.
Keith saw the potential. We said, Keith, take this little Philly mess and go back to Philly with him. And Keith said, no, this motherfucker's funny. And he fucking
He did not see potential. Keith wanted to be a mentor once in his career, and he figured he could bully little Kev. He wanted to be a mentor because Kev probably for a while listened to Keith. Like, really, you think I should do that? Yeah, you should do that. And Keith had some respect from somebody.
Keith is in the business. Keith is like an old grandfather who has a lot of children, and he's waiting for one to just let him stay in his house.
I told him, I already told Keith I'm not coming back for him. I've told him several times. I said, I like you where you are. I said, I want you to keep driving that fucked up Ford Focus. And I said, I hope the IRS, Patrice, I told him, I said, hey, I hope the IRS doesn't let you write your toll charges off. I said, that's his biggest receipt thing for the IRS. I said, I hope they don't accept him. I like you where you are. But I gotta give him
laughs, man. Hey, Opie, I'm telling you, these are old laughs, nigga.
I'm fucking loving it today, bro.
Hell yeah.
Hey, Patrice, by the way, Jimmy's heading out to LA tomorrow. You want to come in?
Tomorrow? Shit, you niggas is making me commit this shit on the radio. All right, I'll be here.
Well, I know. That's why I do it this way. Put you on the spot. No, we'd love to have you in tomorrow. Jimmy's flying out today, right?
I wanted to stay mad at Kev. I wanted to stay mad at this nigga for not talking to me for 5 years.
We should have had you in today.
I wish he was in today.
I didn't know the history between all you guys.
Yeah, I just didn't think of it.
Yeah, man. Kev fucking, but he was the smart one. He fucking left. That motherfucker, he got one good joke and got a plane and got the fuck out of here. I've been wasting around here for 19 years.
Just waiting for your plane.
It hit me. Yeah, I'm not doing nothing tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, we just made you look bad. Sorry.
Polish his sneakers. You like to come in?
Patrice, you should have said, I got to check my schedule. You know?
Yeah.
I know you.
You could have lied. I can't. I got a call back.
Yeah. Could have said something.
I don't hang in the back fucking warm room at the Penn Stadium just sitting pictures of fucking 45-year-old Ralph Macchio. I was fucking home crying. I was like fucking pretending. This kid Troy calls me, goes, "Hey Patrice, this is Troy from LA. What do you want? I'm busy." Yeah, Kevin Hart's on the phone. I don't know. Yeah, put me on. I ain't doing shit. What the fuck am I doing? Anyways. All right, Kev, man, congratulations, brother, because I haven't talked to you in a while.
Thank you, Trees. Hey, Friday, you said I got 3 days. I got 3 fucking days. I'm going to call you in 3 days. I'm not bullshitting. I think he hung up.
We continue to celebrate the life of Patrice Oneal. God damn. With more of his greatest moments on the Opie and Anthony Show. Next. We continue with more of our tribute to Patrice Oneal.
Hi, this is David Attell, and I just want to say a few words for Patrice Oneal. Patrice is probably one of the best, wickedly just smart and funny guys I've ever seen, ever perform. And I was lucky to see him grow from like the beginning to where he was just about. I'm sorry, I gotta start over. I can't really put words together. This is hard. Patrice was and is one of the most wickedly funny, brutally honest comics I have ever seen. It is such a loss for all the comics who both knew and loved him, and nobody was respected more. And once again, a sad loss for comedy. And all I can say is to his family, we're thinking of you. So, Patrice, to you, man.
Remembering Patrice Oneal, his greatest moments on ONA.
How we live is exactly like fucking Braveheart. There's the major Mel Gibson place.
Yeah.
But then you got to run through the rest of the country. You're running through the mountains to get the Skaguga clan to join you in society. These motherfuckers
are Patrice running. Rocky Mountains. Iowa.
and I've been to those places, and cosmopolitan white people. There's only about 5 cities in this country: New York, Philadelphia, Boston, Washington D.C., which is not really a city.
Say Atlanta.
Chicago, Atlanta,
Detroit.
No, not Detroit.
San Francisco, and Vegas. Nevada, and only because Vegas is in it. Now, I'm offend a couple of cities. Now, there's going to be, well, what about... I've been there, man. Minnesota should have to... A lot of these places should have to sign up to be...
part of the country.
What's wrong with us going down to 42 states? Why the fuck
do we get
does
to take
South and North Dakota get to be anything?
Do we get to take over their state, though?
Yeah,
or does it just stay there as a black hole?
We just swallow it up to the next. Illinois can swallow up some other towns and make a mega town.
Yeah.
And they follow the lead from New York and fucking Los Angeles and San Francisco.
Until there's no more of that dead bullshit in the middle.
Those ridiculous human beings, those drones that walk around the middle of the country.
Off the top of your head, what state should get bigger and what state should get smaller?
The bigger should...
New York?
Ready?
Yeah.
New England should be called Boston.
Okay. So that takes Vermont, New Hampshire,
Maine, Rhode Island gets swallowed up by Boston, and not
Massachusetts gets swallowed up.
Fuck the states.
Right.
This should be Connecticut and Jersey should be called New York. Pittsburgh should be called Philadelphia. The entire Pennsylvania should be called Philadelphiaville.
You just took care of the Northeast really quickly. All right, now work down the coast.
Holy shit.
The rest of the Northeast.
Delaware.
I mean, the rest of the East Coast.
Maryland.
Baltimore should be called... Baltimore should be called... That whole area should be called Washington, D.C. town.
You throw Virginia in there?
Florida should be called Miami.
Yes.
That is it. Spread Miami as far, make beaches, do whatever you need to do, but make that entire... North Carolina can stay. It's something that should be there.
So there's no...
South Carolina?
So who gets South Carolina?
No driving.
North Carolina.
All right, that's an easy one.
So if you're driving cross country,
yeah,
you're constantly in some cool...
You're in a place...
Things are going on.
You're not going to some weird...
What about the weird middle of the country?
That's
how
what I'm
do you handle
saying.
that?
But you have to... I think that makes Chicago...
The West Coast?
The entire Midwest.
The entire Midwest is just Chicago.
Okay.
So
Indiana.
If you're in Tennessee, you're in Chicago.
Yes. Texas stays
Kansas. Chicago.
Kansas is Chicago. Any town you can't fly to in a big plane, can't get to Kansas City in a big plane. You're not a fucking town. You're not... Chicago.
Connecting flight means...
International... Who the fuck? Nebraska don't get to say they have an international airport, nigga. Because fucking Canadian planes land there? Suck a dick, man.
What about Montana, Wyoming?
You know who gets them?
Yeah.
You share it between Oregon and Washington. You Washington, because Seattle's real. and Portland is real, they swallow up that entire Wyoming, South Dakota,
Idaho,
all of that nonsense.
All that shit.
They get swallowed the fuck up.
And Denver.
Denver stays. Denver's a major
and
town.
Denver sucks up the Four Corners, all that shit.
Now, what's next to Denver?
Denver's got fucking Utah. Colorado has Utah next to it. And then I think a little piece of...
Utah? Denver gets...
So Denver...
Utah becomes Denverville?
Salt Lake City even? Like, that's gone. It's now Denver.
No.
Nebraska, too. Yeah, Nebraska.
Come on, man. I'm dead ass.
Up.
Now, I know you from there, but I don't defend Boston. I'm from Boston. I don't fucking get ultra defensive. But these places, Maine and New Hampshire.
Arizona's LA.
Wait a minute. You know it takes only 4 hours to drive through every state in New England. Eat ass. Why would Rhode Island waste our time being a state?
You can get through that in an hour.
I can understand 250 years ago, maybe, but not now.
You can cut through Connecticut to get to New York. You can completely avoid Rhode Island for your entire life.
When people were riding horses, it made sense. Because, you know, it took a while. But now with cars and planes, why fucking small states?
Fuck you and your local. What do they call that shit? Your local regional fucking nonsense.
Thinking.
So the Super Bowl would just be great. That's it. We're giant. We need to stop this bullshit.
Giant states.
But
giant cities.
I
got one more
states. Cities, yeah.
You got to handle Texas.
Texas is stays because Dallas is a
Texas stays,
Texas.
What does it grab?
What does it grab?
Oh my God, Oklahoma,
Dallas,
there.
San Antonio.
New Mexico. It's got to grab New Mexico.
Fucking A.
And Arizona.
Texas gets New Mexico.
Arizona becomes L.A.
Arizona is now Los Angeles. Reno can be San Francisco. Texas gets everything that it connects to.
Around it, right. Okay.
To take some pressure off of Chicago.
Right, being Chicago with the whole Midwest.
And Denver.
Yeah, okay.
Texas can take a lot of things.
And my final question, how many states we go down to?
That's how I don't have a...
It would be about 5-6 states.
Good.
Good.
That's about it.
What about Hawaii and Alaska?
Hawaii stays. Alaska can fucking go. Alaska. Why?
Canada or Russia.
Get out of here. We can sell them that.
Oh, Kenny.
I don't want to break up the funny, but there is a National Geographic special about this, and how the states got developed and why the borders are why they are.
Really?
Yeah, like I fell asleep watching it. That's how good it is.
Of course you did.
But it's like the Erie Canal.
Your TV fell asleep watching you.
Big cities built up commerce. Because in the old days they could just go down rivers and stuff, and that's why.
Are you supporting that we changed this what we did back then?
No, I'm just saying people back then was fucked up.
Right,
that's why
it's based pretty much on geography and what people had to do to get through rivers and over mountains and things like that.
All right, Danny kept track. So you got the United States of Patrice. You got New York, Boston, Philadelphiaville, Washington, D.C. town, Miami, Chicago, Texas, Denverville,
San Francisco. L.A.
L.A. and
you got L.A.
and Portland.
Can I see a map, please? Because I could do this with a map. I need to see a map because I'll tell you. Right. I'll tell you what doesn't. I've been there. It's
makes a lot of sense.
It's just like subdivisions.
It's
subdivisions.
It's time to consolidate this country.
Stop this shit.
Yeah.
Stop this fucking shit.
And then you could get rid of so many politicians because then it's just you don't need a representative from every fucking little district and fucking. It'd be great.
Now I see this. This is fantastic.
Here's the state.
Texas gets. Oh Lord, have mercy. Texas gets Louisiana, Oklahoma, New Mexico, Kansas, and Colorado. Sucked in by fucking Texas.
One big Texas.
California, which would be Los Angeles, gets Nevada, Arizona, and Utah. Colorado gets sucked in by Texas. Colorado don't get because Denver is a bad motherfucker, but it's just not enough. Washington and Oregon split. Wyoming, Idaho, North Dakota, South Dakota gets all sucked up.
Wow,
and we will call it all because we'll make Seattle be we'll make Portland be a subdivision of Washington, of Portland. So Portland will be now Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota, Wyoming, and Idaho will now be called Portland.
Wow, that's huge.
Now we have Chicago.
Okay.
Illinois Chicago will be now consist of Indiana, Ohio, Iowa, and Missouri. Okay?
Yeah.
What about Michigan and Wisconsin?
Michigan's in there. All of that is now called Chicago.
All right.
New York will be Pennsylvania. No.
What happened to...
Wait a minute. No. New York will be... Shit.
Jersey,
New
Connecticut.
York will be New England and Connecticut.
Holy shit.
So... Fuck.
Wait, start from
wait.
You got this figured out. Go to the top. Go to Maine and work your way down now. You got the Boston thing figured out.
Because New York is so important.
Yes.
Why doesn't New York grab up? It should be as big as swallowing up.
Hold on, I got it.
Texas.
I got it too. New York should eat Ohio and Michigan.
And Rhode Island and Connecticut and Jersey.
And Maine.
You give
Boston.
us Rhode Island.
And let's take New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, as New England and Boston.
Yeah, you just take that shit over.
We're taking fucking parts of Canada.
Yeah, you could take that shit over for Boston.
No borders.
I think this may, and only because it's supposed to be a cosmopolitan city, but this may fuck up everything. Boston, I put it in the same thing as the entire Massachusetts is not important enough. I say New York eats it all. Boston is a subdivision, just like Seattle is a subdivision of Portland is a subdivision of Seattle. But they have still, I'm Portland, but that whole shit.
It belongs to
Seattle, really.
So now New York.
Professor Patrice, what happens to the Red Sox-Yankees rivalry?
They got to get together.
Yeah.
And wait.
How is that going to happen?
We can have, wait a minute, we can still have sports. I'm talking about, look it. There's going to be some shit going on. And then we have to maybe, wait a second, because football, basketball, all these things are old too. We should start to develop some new, more powerful sports.
More powerful.
Some fucking sports.
For example.
That where these 7 motherfuckers that play or whatever, it's some major shit going on. And it'll be, we could, instead of 11 guys playing football, let's have 33 on each side. Let's fucking...
How big's the field?
Humongous, nigga. Imagine how big the one in Texas is going to be. We could just turn Iowa into a stadium.
Just for sports. All right, so New York takes everything above it, and Jersey.
I think Philadelphia gets some things. Philadelphia gets West Virginia. Philadelphia can have Ohio, and Philadelphia can have...
That's about it. It should get Jersey, I guess.
I guess Philadelphia.
Close.
And we'll
Maybe
go...
split Jersey in half.
And we make Miami will be Alabama.
Georgia.
It will be South Carolina. It will be Tennessee. And North Carolina gets to survive. North Carolina will be part of D.C. So D.C. now will be made of Virginia, North Carolina, West Virginia, and Kentucky. That will be called Charlotte. Or no, D.C. Town. That would be D.C. Town.
D.C. Town.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
I'm in. I like this.
Yes.
I like big change like that.
Oh, my God.
That's good.
Can you imagine this?
I'm in.
This actually
When do we vote on this
and
referendum?
we erase this shitty fucking, these lines.
All those imaginary lines have to go.
All of that shit.
We make new imaginary lines, because we can.
And you know what? And we shut down all those shitty highways, those halfway. It's just a big 95 that shoots through a big ass 580, a big ass 1, and you fucking deal with that, and you make the fucking highways 50 lanes, and that's the infrastructure.
Just big. Everything's got to be big.
50-lane highways.
50 lanes.
That'd be really confusing if you have to get over to the right.
The United Areas of America.
United Areas.
And if Canada wants to get in it, we'll take you over and figure that shit out, too.
I love it. Wow.
For real, man. It's just nonsense, all these fucking...
It is. I've never heard it put quite this way, but yeah, that would be a major change to run on. Now, you're talking change. That's a fucking change to...
There you go.
But Chicago...
Why are we still being traditional?
Yeah. Chicago very mad on the phones. And
why?
He's saying...
It's Chicagoland.
The whole thing is Chicago.
Let's find out.
You get Wisconsin?
Yeah, you dummy.
I don't know. He lives there. John in Chicago. Why are you mad? This makes perfect sense.
Well, we don't want any of those other fucking states.
You got to take him, dude. You got to take him.
He doesn't want him.
You think New York wants New Hampshire?
No.
But here's the thing. Listen, Chicago guy. You are taxed with the responsibility of teaching North Dakota
to be Chicago.
To be better.
And to be Chicago.
Stop being North Dakota.
Build some giant buildings and...
The only one we want is Wisconsin, so we can enslave those.
This is the problem.
What
it's going to be fucked up.
What about
all kind of rapes and shit.
Hold on. What about the new slavery? If you're changing the whole fucking thing.
Subjugation?
Yeah,
Come on, that's just a people thing. I'm not trying to say you should go.
What state do we get the new slaves from?
He's just...
If you had to.
If you had to.
This is if you had to.
Holy shit.
We're starting over, and we're making these humongous states. Might need slaves to build the 50-lane highways.
Borders are being changed. You can't bring back slavery.
No, motherfucker, we finally got them. Who's going to build the 50-lane highways? What state we get the slaves from?
Oh, wow, indentured service. That's true.
We sacrifice one state and take all those slaves from there.
Okay, all right. You had to have me think for a minute. Okay.
Danny put that
back up there.
This is called a if you had to scenario.
Okay, here's the situation.
We need people
out of the new state of Seattle. Was it Portland or Seattle?
Portland.
Out of the new state of Portlandville.
Right. You're right.
Who's the weakest state? Who would you say is the weakest linked state?
I'm saying right away Idaho.
Bam, they the slaves.
So we get all our slaves from Idaho.
Idaho the slaves.
To build the 50-lane highways, super highways.
And Texasville?
Yeah. Wait, we could just get
What's
them
the weakest state? Nah, because not enough people in Idaho. Idaho got to do the shit in Portland.
All right.
That's Portland infrastructure.
I gotta say, the South's pretty fucking uppity. So I'm going to say New Mexico.
Will be
I'm going the
Texasville.
Other way. Yeah.
Yeah, Texasville will get New Mexico because that belongs to Texas.
Right.
So they'll get their slaves from New Mexico.
So I would say New Hampshire and Maine will be the slaves from New Yorkville.
Yeah.
And Boston, just to get a perk, since we did dismiss them, they will be the overseers. So Phillyville will let it will be we will go Jesus, it's gonna be a lot of mad motherfuckers, man.
Yeah, I see where you're going here.
I would probably say Ohio.
I was thinking the same thing.
Will be the slaves.
Yeah.
And they will fix Phillyville.
Sorry, Cleveland.
Ugh.
I can't wait till this actually gets picked up and it comes to fruition.
Someone's saying you're brilliant because you could drive through all of New Hampshire and New England, in 8 hours, and it takes you 14 to go across Texas.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying.
So your logic is right there.
It's like I might be off with 4, but it's so short to.
There's no reason why they didn't make that all one state back.
It don't make no sense.
Back in the day.
It makes no sense to have a South and a North Dakota. It's archaic. It's what they call draconian.
Yes.
Logic.
Draconian.
It's senseless shit.
Why? It's like shit that's based on stuff
North and
that
South Dakota
was forever ago.
North and South Carolina for what? Nonsense.
Confusing. It's like street signs that are like South.
At least change
South
it
Elm
to Dakota
and North Elm.
Just say Dakota.
Just call it Dakota.
They
make
knocked
it
down
one
that fucking stupid wall in Germany. Jesus.
At least start easy and just go Dakota.
Yeah. Dakota.
Carolina. At least start there and see how people like it.
Virginia.
You know. Go slow with this thing.
I like it.
Go slow.
I know there's a lot of angry motherfuckers because they just
take their state pride.
Yeah, they just take that shit and
sorry.
And Vermont and New Hampshire looks exactly the same. One's upside down. That's it. So turn that into one. That's an easy change right away.
It's a nice square.
Yeah, make it into a nice square
And Massachusetts really is a mess other than Boston. I'm going to tell you how, I'll tell you how bad Massachusetts is. You meet somebody from Massachusetts, they go, hey, I'm from Boston.
Right.
Where? Springfield? That's 2.5 hours away. Where you from? Peabody? That's not Boston, motherfucker. You're from the surrounding area.
God, that's funny, man.
That's so true.
Stop it.
Oh, shit, that is so true. Oh, my God. Yeah. Well, fucking.
Look how you can feel. You know what? You can really feel the anger. Because I've been to those places. But you know who's only angry about this?
Who?
The
people that are getting sucked up.
Yeah, the fucking.
And do you remember
drones?
Do you remember when we first started at WNEW and the old jocks hated us there?
Of course.
And we're broadcasting from New York City. And their argument with us was, you're not from New York. You guys are Long Island guys. So what happened to us? Long Island's right there.
Yep.
But
to them, they're like, you're not.
We don't live in Manhattan.
Yeah, you're not. You guys are foreigners.
You do now.
To this radio station. Well, I've been for a while.
I'm still Long Island. I'm not allowed to leave. I'm the king of Long Island trash now. I can't leave. It's my kingdom.
But now it'll be all of that fucking borough shit. It just is New Yorkville, man.
New Yorkville. I like it.
Does everything have to end in Ville?
No.
Town.
All right, good.
You can vote on a name. I mean, I can't think of everything to say.
He's just laying down the borders.
Hey, yeah, Eric is saying in Miami, Texarkana. So they they're open to the idea. They're just not all in yet.
Call it York.
I'm in. I like it.
All right, we gotta get the fuck out of here. Patrice, you fucking rule.
Love it.
Your logic is just beyond amazing.
This is like fucking PBS when Patrice is in. It's just educational broadcasting.
And I get all the grief.
Yes.
Fat fucking asshole. And then and you guys are safe and come to work.
Hey, great show today. Great show. Patrice is like, you motherfucking piece of shit.
Why? Because I said just shitty Idaho is mad?
Who's going to be mad? Stop.
I forced you to pick the state for the slaves.
You're right.
Just grow your potatoes and shut your face.
Potatoes. Get it.
Remembering Patrice Oneal, his greatest moments on ONA.
Look, man, my mother is a hell of a. She's a motherfucker. Shopping. I go shop with my mom's when she's in town, and I go. I think she enjoys the war.
Oh, really?
It's
the battle,
and it's not black guys. It's just not. We don't cause problems. It's black women. And it's shocking.
Yeah.
My mother, and I'm going to speak because I love my mother, but she is brutal.
I'd love an example.
Dude, she makes people at Marshall's individually newspaper wrap plastic cups.
Plastic cups.
What?
Like when you're buying plastic cups, like when you buy fine crystal. They wrap it up in the paper so it doesn't clang together.
And if this was a white woman, you would wrap them up.
Right.
And why won't you? Why aren't there stronger plastic bags? I want to see.
Oh, shit.
I want to know why you have these plastic bags.
And what do you do?
And this was open, and I want you.
Do you stroll away or do you just.
I go, mums. Mums, if it fucking breaks, I don't care. Look in the back, see if you have the same thing, but just from the back. Wow. My mother's brutal, but she's not brutal like super ghetto.
Yeah.
She's brutal like an old black lady that ain't taking shit.
Right.
But there's no shit to be tooken, so she just
so
makes
she'll
shit.
make shit.
She's warlike. My mother's she's warlike.
Have you been in the situation with her where you get just mortified and embarrassed?
No, because my mom's is in her 60s and her feet are swelling up, and I don't even argue with my mom's no more.
It's like, just let her do it.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you something. I respect and listen to my mother more now because I don't have to listen to her.
Right.
So now I kind of appreciate mums, but she's not even horrific because she talks to here's my mother does. She talks down to people. Like she's not like what? like if you watch that show Hardcore Pawn, if you ever see that show,
God, yeah.
where it's like, I have my granddaddy's watch. What can I get for it? Well, what do you want? $1,000? I'll give you $2. Fuck you and your mama, nigga. And she shits on the floor. The woman shits on the floor. I'll be back with my cousins. Shoot your Jew ass up, fag, bitch ass nigga. What you gonna do? What the fuck you gonna do? Shit on the floor, wipe her ass, throw the shit tissue right on the window.
Holy shit.
Motherfucker, this my mama's watch. This shit worth more than motherfucking $2.
Holy shit.
My mother's more like,
that's exactly.
She just makes you feel really bad. You know, she been through the fucking civil rights, so she just enjoys, especially white people, if she can talk down and to a white person and just make them work harder than they fucking need to. My mom's is just brutal with that shit.
Yeah.
Doesn't give a shit. Doesn't give a shit about nothing. Never gets embarrassed.
Yeah.
About, I go, Mom, and then she'll go, God bless her, she'll be aware enough to go, you think I'm just being too hard? I can't stop it.
Nah,
Mom, you know, sometimes.
You're just getting what you know, what's
like
yours.
Sometimes, but she's just, you go, yeah, she can have it now. But she's never been, motherfucker.
Remembering Patrice Oneal, his greatest moments on ONA.
I wanted to ask Patrice about his thoughts on James Brown and
miss him.
and
miss him already.
And Gerald Ford and
Saddam.
And Saddam.
I miss Saddam.
And Lionel from the Jeffersons.
Oh, that's right.
You know.
That's
a lot of people. And then you got to miss James Brown, which is it's disappointing how Saddam and Gerald Ford. And James Brown was doing concerts, like y'all were saying, up to his last breath.
Oh, yeah.
Gerald Ford was doing absolutely nothing but being an ex-president.
Just existing as an ex-president.
Just a guy that used to work.
Is better than touring the country.
And a guy who never was voted for no one voted for this guy under any circumstance.
He worked in the post office or something. I don't even know what he did. And then, because of events at Watergate, he gets made the president of the United States.
And
he
his
just sat
wife
there.
helped drunks.
Well, that's the angle they took all day yesterday. They kept going to Betty Ford because they had nothing on this.
His funeral should have opened up for James Brown's funeral.
That should have been the opening act.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together.
The hardest working man in show business, Gerald Ford's corpse, proudly presents James Brown's corpse. Gerald Ford's corpse should have put a cape on James Brown's.
Dude,
I can't go on. Yeah, we know. You're dead.
But James Brown dies, and I'm thinking, wow, the guy's getting a lot of respect, a lot of print, a lot of coverage.
Oh, did he get nothing?
And then all of a sudden, oh no, a president died. And then, oh no, they decided to hang Saddam.
They decided in 2 seconds.
Thanks.
That was a hell of a 2 days there.
No, Richard Pryor
didn't get the proper he's dead stuff either. When's the last black person that got? Everybody
it's
he
a conspiracy.
died.
Martin Luther King.
Something was going on.
1968, that was
68. Martin Luther King got his due.
I don't even know if he did, man.
No, you know who? Let me tell you who got it. Who did they? Rosa Parks.
Yeah, Rosa got
They put her in the rotunda there.
Yeah.
She died?
Yeah.
She's dead, by the way. Coretta Scott King.
She got some respect.
She got
civil
some
rights
respect.
people.
Yeah, civil rights people.
That's fair enough, but James Brown deserves
entertainment. You know what it was though? James Brown in life was kind of a scumbag.
He's
very entertaining.
All artists are scumbags. There's not one artist that you can think of that's not a piece of garbage.
Guns and beating women and stuff like that.
That kept
people.
this creative flow.
It certainly did. I'm not arguing the point,
Patrice. How do you think he came up with Al? Every time he punched the bitch in the rib cage.
She made that.
Hey, good one, baby.
Oh, that's a good one.
I got to sample that.
She's got a mic in front of her face. Hitting her in different areas, giving her a Charlie horse. That doesn't work.
Dunk her head in the sink.
Got to find the right tone. Ow! No.
Punching a bitch in the stomach never worked.
I'm for all the music he made, I'd proudly give up any of those chicks he beat up or any of them.
Yeah.
And his current wife, who they throwing out of
oh my God,
they threw her out of the mansion.
Threw her out.
But do you know why though? Look, it's legal, even though life ain't fair. She married him, but she never got divorced from this other guy.
Uh-huh.
So what happened is she married James and then got divorced from the other guy. But then she was supposed to marry James again.
Yeah, because the first one didn't
Because the first one wasn't true.
Right, because she was still married.
She had his son though.
That don't matter.
There's a lot of baby daddies.
Yeah.
I guess.
But there's a
You
huge,
would think that would count for something.
Gerald Ford got a baby mama.
I don't think there's any argument over that, though.
There's an 82-year-old boy out there.
They didn't lock Betty Ford out of the house. Little old broad sitting there on the stoop.
What did you say James Brown looked like in that coffin?
He looked like Esther Roll. I didn't want to look at him. You know what it is? It's like you first of all, he was 73. He lived a long life. He gave so much, man. It's just I don't want to see any. For me to go, oh, James Brown is dead. It's just selfishness. I mean, other than the people who love him, for me to go, oh, he gave so much. Just when he died, if he disappeared, it's fine, man. They propped him up in that weird.
Oh yeah,
just that death look, man.
I saw, and they showed it on the news. They showed him dead on the news, and I don't know what it is. Maybe the morticians got to.
They didn't show any makeup version of Gerald Ford. They didn't show the funny looking dead Gerald Ford.
They gotta get better makeup for black people when they're dead. They all look gray. They all look too ashy.
That's because white makeup ladies are doing it.
White makeup people don't know to do that.
Getting SAG scale.
Did you see? He was
make a good point.
He was propped up in the coffin,
ashen.
gray.
Yeah.
Come on.
They got to hire union workers.
Get some of that. What's his name? Little Richard makeup on.
But
that is
Richard
completely
unbelievable.
He looks good because it's like brown spackle they put on him.
It's unnecessary to. They didn't. I mean,
open coffins
on tour.
They shouldn't be allowed at this point.
No.
I think that's an older generation thing. First of all, I don't think the younger generation in general has open coffins. It's too creepy.
I think that's
for everybody involved.
I think that whole thing started before photography, when they didn't have pictures of loved ones, so they wanted to get a last look.
Right.
How about you just have pictures and you remember that?
Yeah, it's more
open. Stop it.
Closed coffin with a couple nice pictures.
Right.
Maybe a picture
Slam that thing shut.
Maybe a picture of the person in Jamaica sipping one of those cute little tropical drinks.
A pina colada
with a Hawaiian
or a banana
shirt on.
daiquiri.
You got to start respecting black performers, man.
I do. I was sad when James Brown died.
Name an obscure
and then you
black
see,
performer.
And then you see MC Hammer showed up at the funeral, and then Michael
tribute.
Jackson kissing James Brown.
You know who's a good actor?
Freak.
Yaphet Kotto. There's my respect.
Yaphet, that's who the James Brown looked like in the
He looked like Yaphet
He looked like, that was Yaphet Kotto. I do love Yaphet, though. I was watching Alien this morning about
Alien was. I was watching it too.
I do enjoy
I couldn't
Yaphet.
sleep. That movie's fantastic.
They made James look like Yaphet Kotto.
Oh, that's terrible.
Oh, man.
Poor James, no respect.
No respect. Well.
And then he had to compete with Ford and Saddam.
And Saddam,
who,
right.
by the way, we were talking about that yesterday.
He still should have closed. He still should have been headlining all those deaths.
You would headline that? I think Saddam would be the headliner.
Of those deaths?
Those deaths,
yeah.
Saddam headlines.
Gerald Ford hosts. Saddam Middles does a tight 25 to 30.
How do you follow a hanging?
It's Saddam.
Let me tell you something.
You end with the hanging.
I got a live tape.
That's like the pyrotechnics.
James Brown,
right.
Live tape of James Brown in Boston.
Unless he hangs at the end of it.
Riots. It was some riots in Boston. Right after they had riots in Boston. And the people on the stage rioting. James Brown like, come on, sit down there. James Brown told the police, don't worry about it. People on the stage kicking stuff, going crazy. James Brown stopped the riot and then went right into Bewildered.
He's a miracle worker.
I'm telling telling you, he was like.
So you think he could bring the crowd back after a hanging?
Let me tell you something.
The hanging happened.
He could close a Saddam Hussein. If Saddam Hussein gave one of his "I Hate America" speeches, and then James Brown could close in Iraq in front of insurgents,
and they'd be cheering
after a F America speech by Saddam, without question. Everybody, calm down. America's great. Bewildered.
Wow, man.
I'm telling you.
That's some power.
Now,
I follow a hanging.
I'm going to have to disagree, though.
There's no way that hanging is closing.
Saddam hanging was fantastic. He goes, God damn you. You go to hell. Saddam was just, he had a set of balls on him right there before they hung him.
He had the crowd warmed up. He's still middling.
No
that
way.
Hanging is still middling.
Saddam's whole act was great.
Even though it was some layers. It was some layers. The layer was that he was very smooth under. It was no holding up.
Kept
there was
it
no
short.
dead man walking.
It was tight and a big ending. They didn't have to give him the red light.
He knew when to get off the stage.
Thank you. Good night.
He didn't go over.
Thank you. Good night.
And then you're going to tell me that James Brown is going to follow the hanging with this.
Everybody, please, all the insurgents, sit down, please. Please, sit down. I understand you hate American infidel. Hey, I know infidel. Listen.
Hey, no, calm down.
Calm down, no.
Oh, hey, all right.
Police, no, don't hurt nobody. Listen, don't let the police come in here and spoil our good time. Listen here. Hey, man. Hold on. Stop music for a second.
What?
Stop music. Listen. Give a big hand for Saddam Hussein. He's fantastic. Everybody does Saddam Hussein, everybody. Now listen to me. Listen. We're going to get this going here now. Sit down. Stop shooting, man. Stop the shooting. Oh, listen, man. Listen. Everybody, hold on. No. Listen, officer, no, don't grab it, man. Listen to me. Okay, everybody calm down.
Just tasing people.
You think James Brown can follow?
James Brown
He can follow
Saddam.
You're nuts.
It's close, but I say Saddam's got to close that show.
No way in hell does Saddam close that show. I've seen him under all those noises do a show.
Bring the crowd back.
We're bewildered. They were shooting, they were stabbing, and he just bewildered.
All right, listen.
Stay tuned. Our tribute continues with more moments from Patrice Oneal on the Opie and Anthony Show after this. We continue with more of our tribute to Patrice Oneal.
This is Bob Kelly, and I'm about to say shit about Patrice Oneal, my pal, who you love, but you didn't know, as well as I did. Haha. To this weekend, this weekend, and you've been listening, hang on, ready? Here we go, ready? Ugh, this fucking stinks. This is what a fucking shit business this is. My best friend passed away, and you guys want me in the room doing promos. Just play as shit. Fuck. Patrice Oneal, one of the funniest guys ever to walk the planet, right now on this fucking crappy station. Yeah. Well, this is Patrice Oneal. Was one of my best friends. I've known him for 20 years. One of the funniest guys in the business, on and off stage. When people ask me who do you look up to, who are your inspirations, everybody always says Pryor and Carlin, but Patrice, I always said Patrice. Patrice was one of those guys. He was always ahead of everybody, naturally. One of the fucking laziest motherfuckers I've ever met. Just truly talented. Imagine if he tried. If he actually tried, how fucking far. He'd be like a multi-billionaire if he actually put one day, like, effort into anything. He just was that funny, naturally. And I want to miss him every day. And shit. Patrice Oneal. Funny motherfucker. That's all I got to say, man. That's all I got. I got nothing else.
Remembering Patrice Oneal, his greatest moments on ONA.
Hey, Patrice Oneal's going to be at Caroline's tonight. Two shows, Patrice?
One show Sunday.
But tonight is the night. We got to sell this shit out tonight so Patrice gets a little pocket money.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, they get bonuses, but I just like it to look good.
Yeah. It'll look good.
Of course.
You're a big star.
We all have egos. It's
Did Fame call?
Yeah.
Fame call yet, Patrice?
He's checking it right now.
Fame?
Oh, it rang.
People always want to know.
I said hello.
It rang.
He said, what you doing? And I go, why? What's up? He goes, I might call you back.
Oh, okay. No, here's what happened. Fame called, and Patrice went, what? And hung up on it.
or it was an unrecognizable number, and I go, hello? Yeah, is Patrice here? Who's this?
Who's this?
It's Fame. What? I was just checking to see if you was busy.
Yeah.
No, I'm not busy. And he goes, all right, we're going to get back to you. Just peek at the phone. Keep your eye out.
Are you willing to play the game a little bit with these people?
I tried. Something happened. I was doing radio, and we were talking about YouTube and the top YouTube videos.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, and the guy said, well, what would happen if the top YouTube video is the guy dancing, the evolution of Danny Morrison?
Yeah.
Well, it's up there.
It used to be number one forever, but not anymore.
And it was like, would you do that if you could get 150 million people to watch it? And I said I would start crying because I know I wouldn't. Like, I would start to cry at the opportunity that I wouldn't take. Not just I want to badly. I'm trying. Dude, I'm getting better. But I catch myself.
Hard.
Here's why I fuck up real bad. Now I'm only down to fucking up on this show.
Oh, that's pretty good.
That means we're not going to see you.
That's not bad.
But no.
You might have to turn your back on us.
Somebody's going to force me to say no, a publicist.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go, those are my boys.
That's not the direction you want to. We want to go in.
I'm going to at least stay that. But the roast gave me a chance to
shut up.
I know, right?
Hi, Otto.
Thank you.
Hi, Otto. Saying what we're all thinking.
Me a chance to do me in a platform that was a little different from everybody, and I got to do a little bit of how I might be. So that might help. But I think Fame might call in about 6 months to a year.
Okay. So, Otto, wait, are you saying that you're not interested in the mea culpa? You don't want to hear it?
Mea culpa?
Actually, leave me hanging.
That means I'm guilty, right? In Latin?
No, it's kind of Patrice's mea culpa.
No, he was telling fucking Anthony to shut up when he sneezed. Why are you so mean?
I think he was telling Patrice to shut up.
Oh, you were telling Patrice to shut up.
No, I sneezed.
When somebody sneezes on a bus, I go, shut up. And then the next time they sneeze, I go, you're ruining everything.
You're ruining everything.
I
thought Otto was saying
to Patrice, yeah. Otto, you thought was the nicest guy? You got a message from him?
Just don't let him have a few pops before he gets on the phone.
My friend Kevin Bacco told a great story about you. He was a cameraman on a show that you did I think with Dave Attell. It was one of those Comedy Central things, and he said you were sitting down between shooting, and this like the head of Comedy Central came down, and you read him the riot act about why he canceled Tough Crowd, and you were giving him shit like, have you ever made anybody laugh? Have you ever fucking stood in front of an audience and made a person laugh in your life? And then it's like the only reason you canceled Tough Crowd is because you couldn't control him, and you just fucking belittled this guy, and you were like,
don't say the head of it, that's Doug Herzog. I get a little slavey. Doug is like,
this was a long time ago.
I never said that to Doug Herzog.
It was probably a long time ago.
It was probably some fucking douche who was
some
powerful minion.
Some underling.
Because I was probably hurt. I was really hurt about it.
But you were heroic to the way Kevin told that story.
Let's find out who it was, though. It could have just been an intern.
Yeah. No, it was some underling.
Colin needed to hear this before he left here all sad.
That was good, though.
I stopped attacking comics. I stopped a lot of stuff. I leave comics alone. I leave people that I don't know alone. It saddens me a little bit.
Yeah, you're growing up, I think.
Yeah, but it makes it less juvenile, which make it really fun. And there's no more shut it up or screaming out my car window. It's just like, but when I come here, like, here's why I fuck up on this show. I tell stories and I say the name. That's why I still fuck up. Like, I'll just go.
I name names.
Yeah, I'll just go with this guy. Yeah. And I should go, well, we're nameless. I should be more political. I'm trying, though. But how bad can you go? I mean, what is it gonna? Come on, man.
You want a little fame, though. Play the game a little bit. More people need to see you.
He's playing.
All right. More people need to see you.
Yeah, I don't think
that's a compliment. Jesus,
no way.
Yeah,
you got a little bit.
Yeah,
you really do. Unfortunately,
play the game. Play the game, buddy. Yeah.
There's certain politics that involve it. You have to.
Do you play Otto?
Well, not really. I'm not good at that at all. I'm not good at that at all. I mean, not really. I mean, I try to be honest. I mean,
what is your issue? You think? Meaning, what you think you could change in terms of how you approach the business, if you can go back, because probably might be too. You like
it's too late.
Well, no, like you motherfuckers paused there.
Yeah. There was a
because
pause.
I was trying to be political
and not make it sound like that.
So it made it awkward. Where I go,
it was a weird pause
I'm
after
saying,
two.
Because Otto kind of was saying, I don't play the game.
Yeah.
But it's like, if you could play, what would you go? What would you adjust about yourself that you would go, I'm gonna do this where I didn't do it?
You mean if I could go back in time or from here forward?
Back in time, all the way up to here forward and on. Like,
well, I probably would have tried to go to L.A. when I was a lot younger and a little more photogenic. Maybe tried working clean so I can, maybe could add some of that Jeff Dunham cash. That would be all right.
Does that sicken you?
Yeah, people always try and get my fuck Jeff Dunham. I go, no, he's the top guy in my field. He's not what I do, but he's top guy, man. I can't say anything bad about him. He's a very talented guy. He's just not what I do,
Yeah.
I serve a purpose.
We absolutely liked him when he came in here. I didn't
a couple times.
I didn't think we were going to like him.
He's not a cornball.
Not at all. No, not at all.
He's not a cornball.
He's very edgy.
I used to work at the Comedy Connection in Boston.
Yeah.
And one night, he cursed out the club owner with the puppet, right? With the old man, like the douchebag, right? And he goes, hey, guys, to the audience. Hey, guys, let's just play a game called Raise Your Hand and let's count, right? So somebody would go 1, 2, the crowd, 3, till the whole crowd got to 325.
Jesus.
And he goes, I want my fucking bonus. Because they try to play him out. He's a fucking, I couldn't stop laughing. He's not a corny guy, dude.
No,
He's just,
I didn't get that impression.
The other thing is when I do radio, I tend to go long periods without saying anything, and I know that the object of radio is to just talk and be a chatterbox continually, and I'm always trying to think of the gem to throw out, so I'm a pretty shitty guest. I mean, there have been times when I sat here like a fucking statue for an hour trying to think of something funny instead of just throwing anything out there to fill up the time and make their job easier, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're killing the show, Otto.
Yeah.
You're just killing a different way, that's all.
With George or no?
Yeah, I'm going to have to schlep that fucking prop around all day, man. I wish I was just a stand-up. It's such a pain in the ass.
He's not, to give you this, he's not the guy from Magic.
Yeah.
He's like, it's not his alter ego. It's
Where it's got to be around. He doesn't know what to do. He's just like, stay in the box.
It's like,
Leave me alone.
Fuck you.
I don't know. We've seen some weird things with George over the years, reading newspapers and shit.
But that's a while ago.
And I don't even know if Otto was doing that for us. Or...
Oh, yeah, I do it to create the illusion, you know.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like people to think there's a subtext of, you know, the tortured ventriloquist.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
That kind of thing.
Because with that one day you were just talking to us.
Yeah.
And as we're talking to you, George was reading the newspaper.
We didn't know you that well either.
You didn't even acknowledge it or anything.
Oh.
And it was the weirdest thing.
I got
It's
Anthony's
like,
attention. We're both looking at you like,
funny.
he's fucking his head's going back and forth. He's moving the pages. And you're just talking like nothing about the newspaper or anything.
No.
It was so fucking funny, though.
It was classic.
Fuck.
Otto
Okay.
was sexy as a boy, too. I saw.
Oh, really?
Yeah, very, very molestable.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
He was a pretty boy, man.
I want to know how many times that fucking puppet got put down in the basement by an older man as he forced your young pants off. How many times did George on his side just witness you being raped?
Oh, shit.
6?
Those eyes just stuck open as he's
I saw
looking
some
sideways.
old George pictures, man. I mean, and he's been. Otto, he's been doing it.
Yeah, since he was a kid.
Your whole life, right? Like,
Yeah, since about 14.
shit,
yeah.
man.
Jesus.
So
Have you
I
ever
was-
done stand-up without it? Have you
No.
tried?
Aren't there enough stand-ups? No. I mean, plus,
No, you said you get sick of it sometimes, so I'm wondering if
sick of carrying the equipment, you know, schlepping that. You know, like after a set, it'd be nice to just, you know, go out to dinner with my friends instead of got to, you know, bring a fucking trunk into a restaurant. It's embarrassing, you know.
It is a
But
little odd.
you don't never just leave him there, leave him in the office.
At the club? Yeah, if I know the club owner and they promise to lock it up. But I still don't feel right because I know they're going to take it out and go, quack, quack, and then drop the head, and then that's $10,000 in
Why don't you put a
repairs.
lock on it? On the case that you can use
I
sometimes.
threw the lock away because they snap it open at the airport. They have to have access to the trunk at the airport, and they just fucking broke the lock on me. You know, so I had to get.
Oh, and you check your bag and lock it. Yeah.
No, not trying to be funny.
Yeah.
But isn't George small enough to just put in a carry-on
Well,
or a fucking knapsack?
I could take the head off and just carry that on because the head is really the expensive part. But then, you know, it's a Joe Pesci movie at that point. I'd rather just insure it and hope that it arrives wherever I'm working.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if your bag gets lost, then what do you do?
Has that ever happened?
Has it never?
Yeah. Coming back from Canada, they fucked up and they mailed it somewhere else. So I had to stay overnight in Cleveland, and it was a nightmare.
But never for a show, though.
No.
Never.
That never happened so far. But
What would you do?
What did I do?
What would you do if the puppet didn't
Grab
come?
a sock.
Yeah.
Fucking
Some
hide
eyes
my
on it.
hotel room and get the next flight home. I couldn't do anything.
You can't do that.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
you
go
need the-
do Jay Moore's act. I don't know.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Yeah. I love the way you took McFarlane down a peg. I watched your set like 4 times. I thought it was brilliant.
Thank you, man.
I mean, it was
Thank you.
great. It was so fucking funny. It was great. It was like it seemed like you had shit prepared, and then you just went off. It was great. And that Jeselnik, I'm not even going to learn your stupid fucking name. I'm done learning goofy fucking names. He goes in this funky ass fucking business. I'm not going to learn. It was fucking great. No straight man writes that many show tunes. He was so.
Oh yeah, that's
It was
right.
great, and you need a Hanner, a Barbera to beat the shit out of you. That was brilliant.
You don't have a
That was
partner.
brilliant.
You don't have a Barbera. Yeah,
That was brilliant.
You got no Barbera.
Oh man,
Smack you out of your fucking.
that was.
He got an
fucking-
album out now.
that
Jesus,
was,
Seth,
that was great, man.
enough of you.
That was great.
More Stewie.
Yeah. That was funny as shit, man.
Thank you,
I
man.
watched that a dozen times. Just your set. Everybody else sucked. But I had to watch what Shatner said because I didn't understand why you called him a racist old white man. So I had to watch his segment just to see what he had said. That was great.
What did he say again? I forget.
projects. He just used projects and me, my family.
Oh, great!
Some keywords.
Nothing too hard for him.
He's
some
old
racist
school.
keywords.
But
He's old school.
He was tremendous.
He was in here last week. He's great.
Yeah,
man.
He was tremendous. He was so good. I thought, and I just
What about
sense of
Tyson?
humor.
Does he still look like he could kill everybody in the room if he had to?
Dude, it's something. He's not a decrepit old dude. He's like an 80-year-old beast.
Yeah.
That just he still looks. He for real. He just looks like he's
not
got
even that
another
old.
20
I was
years.
asking about Tyson.
Easy, huh?
No, yeah, I was asking
About Tyson,
Mike
yeah.
Tyson. Does he still look like very dangerous or?
Tyson is Tyson is. I don't agree with when people call anybody who fights for a living a bully. He's not a bully in the ring.
He's a fighter.
But I think he's street, and I think he's a thug.
Dangerous.
I think he's a thug. In a not in a white judging way, but he truly was a street guy.
Yeah.
Because he sized me up. He just saw my size.
Oh yeah.
Saw I was black. And
that's right. You said something like he was checking out how sturdy you were.
He just was checking my base.
Right.
To see how easy it would be to just where he would punch me and I would fold up.
He just has to know.
He
has to know everyone
himself.
in the room, and especially a big black guy.
Yeah.
He's got to know that where he stands.
It was natural.
If he has
And
to
that's what
deck
you do. That's just what you do when you size people up and that's
Could you
what he
imagine being punched by him in his prime in the face?
God.
Even now,
Oh,
just
Even
now.
when he's 90 in a wheelchair,
That
he can
big
still
meat
fracture your
fist just
jaw.
going into
And
his face.
he's a much. I don't know how nice he was or anything. I don't know him, but he's a much easier. He's a lot more fun loving.
Mellowed with age, I think.
he just makes people fun loving. You know?
You wouldn't even feel it if he hit you. Literally, your lights would just go out. If he hit you square in the jaw, you just go out.
Yeah.
Nice
You wake up
short.
with
and it wouldn't be about boxing. I think if you grabbed him, he would flip you over. I think he could Mike Tyson could probably just fight.
Not even have to punch you. He could just
not even just like he's going to sit there and box you. Like you try to grab him and he'll know how to fucking flip you and kick you.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson will whoop your
style
ass.
and technique.
You know,
unless you know how to wrestle.
Kenny, we're getting out of here.
We're going to start a weekend.
I have no idea.
Can I say the name of my pig roast again?
Yes.
Is this big time?
Correct.
This is big. Is Fame calling Otto?
It's internet. I don't know. It could go big. I'm hoping.
Otto, a little
it-
this?
I'm what?
Little of this?
So far, I haven't made a nickel. This is a work of love. But I'm 25% owner of the show. So if it makes any money, we'll see. We'll see.
Internet's the wave of the future, my friend.
I hope so, man.
I think it is.
I'm old and
In some way,
liable to
shape,
give
or form.
out.
Fuck waiting fuck waiting these guys to call you.
Yeah.
Do it
Yeah.
yourself.
It's
See
one
what
of
happens.
those things. It's just.
We're gonna try the Johnny Ola murder on Big A because you know how they do
Johnny Ola.
the MythBusters. It doesn't look like you could snap somebody's neck with a wooden hanger. That fucking bottom part is pretty frail.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm gonna try and murder Big A on the
like
next
Johnny
show.
Ola.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if that'll work.
Otto's a huge fan of Big A.
Johnny Ola was killed with the hanger, or he killed somebody.
He was killed with it.
It was
Yeah.
it was the bodyguard, the old man bodyguard.
Yeah, the guy
that
that never
didn't even have a
smiled.
name. Or
Yeah.
Was
he
it
was just
Rocco
like
Lampone or no?
Yeah. The bodyguard? I don't remember, but when they told Michael your bodyguard is dead, he had no reaction. He just went, "So what'd you get my kid for Christmas?" It's like no feeling.
I'm glad I'm here with movie aficionados.
Yes.
Here's a quick before you go. 5 minutes left.
Yeah.
Godfather question.
Yeah.
Original Godfather.
Okay.
How did this is not a quiz, but how did the father, Don Corleone,
Don Corleone.
how did he know after that meeting when he said, "I did not know to this day that it was Barzini"? How did he know? What happened in the meeting for him to know that it was Barzini the whole time? I knew he said it and he figured it out, but what instance happened for you to go back and go, "Oh, this is what happened for him to know"?
That was probably the one question everyone fucking
I think it was him, the way Barzini manipulated the meeting and ran the meeting and made it happen. I think what Barzini he was just a smart guy,
And he
Don
was too
Corleone.
agreeable.
And he was
He was too agreeable.
He was too agreeable.
And he said a refusal is not the act of a friend.
Yeah.
If he has them, he must share them.
Yeah.
And I think that was probably it. It was probably that subtle way he led that meeting
Yeah.
and got Don Corleone to concede his point. that he had been fighting with Tattaglia about, and I think that's what
so. It was never a moment. It just was an overall theme.
Perceptive.
It was a mobster hunch.
That
he
a smart
knew
guy.
from growing up. Watch The Godfather 2.
And plus, those guys for such services. You just on a maybe that you're
on
did
a maybe,
something.
right.
Better.
I didn't know till this day. Well, I kind of know.
Yeah,
fuck him anyway.
Yeah, he didn't pass the ketchup that one time, so fuck, he had to go.
Why take a chance?
But he said he goes he could charge for these services. We're not communists. I think just the way he led it and made it happen, tipped them off.
All right, good enough. That helps me to watch it again.
And wanted the drugs done. I think it also said that Barzini wanted the drugs sold. Because I think that
some real greaseball shit.
He might have thought that Barzini would side with him on no drugs.
Right.
But when Barzini said that indicated that he was on the side of the drugs being sold.
Yeah.
But didn't
he
kill? But didn't they kill everybody anyway? They wound up killing everybody, right?
Michael did it, and he knew he could make swear that oath, and Michael would do it. He knew Michael would do it.
Yeah, Don Corleone didn't have
even
to do it.
Stracci, who I have no idea who the fuck that was.
Stracci, when he tells him, Stracci.
Who's that?
What?
I thought he was all itchy and stuff.
Stracci. Who the fuck is
Stracci? I'll bet he's Stracci's going through the names, and he hits Stracci, you're like, who? Who the fuck was Stracci?
Yeah, he probably killed him when it was his head or something.
So it was no definitive thing that happened then?
No, I don't think there was one moment where they it wasn't such a blatant thing. I think it would have been corny if it was this blatant, where he looked and curled his mustache and his fingers.
Yeah, like he had his fingers crossed when he went, the pieces.
When Michael found out Fredo did it, it was kind of a moment of dun-dun, like that happened.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, oh shit, like it was like, he fucked up, he lied. So I thought it was like maybe a moment there where he
Johnny
fucked
Ola
up.
took me here. Johnny Ola showed
What an asshole Fredo is.
Yeah.
No, we never met. I never, no. And then like 5 minutes later, me and Johnny Ola.
Johnny comes here all the time.
Yeah.
What an idiot.
Fucking dummy beluga whale four-headed fuck.
Then Michael kissed him. I was like, what, he's still getting fresh?
All right. It's fucking Friday. I ain't putting up with this shit.
Remembering Patrice Oneal, his greatest moments on ONA.
I love the clip that of him singing, which I'd never seen, with the blues guy that you posted. That was awesome, man. I cried like a baby watching that. It was amazing.
I wasn't sure if it was the right thing to do, but he came in here, Warren Haynes, and what creeps me out is he picked that song.
Yeah.
He picked it and knew it well because last night I went and listened to the original. He sang it like Howling Wolf did.
Yeah.
He knew that fucking song, man.
We continue with more of our tribute to Patrice Oneal.
Hey, it's Warren Haynes, and I'm on my way driving up to Boston to do the last two Allman Brothers shows of the year. And I'm thinking about the one time that I had the opportunity to hang out with Patrice in the studio with opening Anthony, and we were put on the spot to sing a blues song, play a blues song together. And of course, somehow Patrice came up with Going Down Slow, the Willie Dixon song made famous by Howlin' Wolf, which is about someone who is of poor health and fading away. And at the time, I sure didn't think anything about it. He seemed in perfect health to me, and it was my pleasure to be around him, and we were laughing the entire time. It was fun to bond on a whole different level, and I can't believe now he's gone, man. And we're gonna miss him. The world's gonna miss him. He was a funny motherfucker,
man. You know I've been enjoying things that kings and queens will never have. In fact, kings and queens can never get. And they don't even know about it. In good times, great googly moogly. Great googly moogly. I have had my fun. If I never get well no more, I have had my fun. If I never get well no more, look at here. I did not say I was a millionaire. But I said I've had spent more money than a millionaire. Because if I had kept all my money that I already spent, I would have been a millionaire a long time ago. And women, ooh, women, great googly moogly. Please write my mama. Tell her the shape I'm in. Please write my mama. Tell her the shape I'm in. Tell her to pray for me. Forgive me for my sin.
Hey, man, that's all right, man. Patrice, that's all right.
Yeah. That's Harlem Wolf. You gotta listen to Harlem Wolves, though, man.
That's all
I
right.
love the song.
You got a voice on
I'm
you,
going
Patrice.
down slow. You just said, tell my mama I love him. I'm out of here.
Thank you for listening to our tribute to the life of Patrice Oneal. Patrice's special Elephant in the Room is available now for download and on DVD. You can show your support for his family by purchasing the special today.